Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Amnesia Crowd. Continuing Toma. Just kidding. Wait. Okay, the music is there. I was like, did it go away? Anyway, so we did the working thing last time, which was fun, even though we had to do math on the spot, and my brain didn't want to do that. We did so it's fine. But we are going to start his love after story today. Um, I think this took two parts, didn't it? Because for Shin, because I feel like I based all of the other, like, when I go in my notebook and I'm like, it's going to take X amount of time to finish this route, I base it on the prior one. So I'm like, I think we have like 3 parts left for Toma, so I'm assuming this one took 2, because I know the communication, for Shin, we went through all the options. We're not going to do that for Toma and everybody else because there was no point. And then we did the, like, mini event thing on that. So, Love must have taken 2 parts? Ow, whatever, we'll see. So anyway, oh, don't pick Shin again. Pick Toma as he's walking far, far away. Just kidding. Look, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. It's gonna be short. I don't have to be here. March 22nd. I don't have to be here for 4 years. We only have to be here for like an hour. So, half a year has passed since I've gotten engaged to Toma. My way of life had completely changed from what it was before. I spent more time together with Toma, and slowly, it just became natural. This is a story of what happened as my university entered spring break. Phew, that was heavy. Toma said he'd be late coming back home today. If I start preparing dinner from now, it should just be about the right time. But lately, I've had several shifts in a row at work. I might be a little sleepy. Even if I started after a little rest, I should make it in time. Passes out, standing up. We're gonna wake up to him cooking his own dinner. That's so sad. I'm falling asleep in a place like this. Good grief. Oh well. Oma? It looks like you went and did the shopping, so I'll go ahead and do the rest of it. Did we not even put the groceries away? Put them away before you pass out. No, but I wanted to make dinner today. You should sleep a little bit longer. Once it's done, I'll wake you up, alright? Oma, you really are defenseless while asleep. Really, you're so cute. It's troubling to think you're my fiancé. Don't do shit while I'm sleeping, Tomo, okay? I'm trying really hard to not hate you. Don't cross that line. But notice with anybody else, I'd be like, don't do things while I'm sleeping, creeper. But like with Toma, it's like, how dare you? Like, I can't. Oops. She didn't wake up, did she? But then I'll just make this real quick. But that is kind of sweet, though, that like, you're like, I want to make dinner for him. And we failed at that. And he's like, nah, it's cute that you just fell asleep, silly, you know. Huh? Oh! Oh, look at his new outfit! I don't hate it. I like it. It's not bad. Not bad. Good choice. Good choice. I don't hate it. Okay. Oh, good timing. Dinner's done, so I was thinking of waking you up soon. What's wrong? Why are you pouting like that? Because I thought I was going to make dinner for you today, Toma. I'm happy for the sentiment, but you seem tired out. True that I dozed off, but you could have woken me up. No, seeing how cute your sleeping face was, I wanted to let you sleep. There you go saying that again. Though having you sleeping so defenselessly right in front of my eyes, that's a problem in and of itself. I'm gonna need you to control yourself, sir. I was like, you looked adorable sleeping. I was like, that's kind of cute, and then you just have to get gross. Stop it. Stop it. This time around, I settle with a kiss to the cheek, but next time might not go that way. Again, gross, sir. Huh? A kiss to the cheek? When did you... Now then, I wonder when it was. I don't think it's fair for you to answer a question with a question. Sorry, now cheer up. Let's eat dinner together, alright? Yes, alright then. I'll do the cleaning up. Alright, then I'll leave it to you. Also, once we're finished eating, there's a little something I want to talk to you about. How you need to learn boundaries when people are sleeping. Like, sleep boundaries, sir. I'm defenseless. My most defenseless states are sleeping and or taking a shower. Do not mess with me in either of those states. Unless we're taking a shower together, then that's acceptable. But, like, if I'm in the shower by myself, don't, like, mess with the lights or turn the hot water off or, like, fuck. I'm defenseless when I'm naked and I don't like it. But most definitely when I'm sleeping. Personal problems. That happened once. I was at my friend's house and, like, was taking a shower and, like, her and her boyfriend decided they were going to mess with me and, like, turn the hot water off. And he was, like, the maintenance guy for the apartment complex. So he was banging on the door. And it's like, do not fuck with me when I'm in the shower because, like, the door might be locked. You're not going to, like, bust in or anything. But I am naked and I do not like being naked, okay? So, like, don't do that. Like, that, I was like, no, that's not cool. Like, you know? Like, also, please don't talk to me while I'm in the bathroom. Like, I don't know. There's just certain things. Like, and don't poke at me or prod or do weird things when I'm sleeping. That's just, there's lines, Toma. Everybody. Talk about, alright, I understand. I wonder what he wants to talk about. It feels like she's worried, but it's Toma, so. 30 minutes later. Dinner was wonderful. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Are you possibly nervous right now? A little bit. I figured, don't worry, I won't be talking about anything that's stiff or anything. Really? Then what did you want to talk about? Again, she's like prepared, like, are you gonna break up with me? It's Toma. The worst thing he's gonna do is put you in a cage. Well, wait. She would like that. She didn't mind it. If he broke up with you, you should be happy, but he's not gonna do that. Come on. She's in love with him, so in that, we're in love with him. He's not gonna do anything like that. There's no need to worry. He's the least likely character to break up with you. Most likely to put you in a cage. Proven. Right now, we've just been going back and forth between each other's houses, right? But since we're in spring break now, I was thinking about finally renting an apartment we could live in together. An apartment? See, you're right. We are engaged after all. See, she was all panicked and it's, wait, I don't want to live with you! I do get, like, to sleep in the bed and not a dog crate, right? Even though it's been over half a year since we've gotten engaged, I'm still embarrassed to say it out loud. I feel for him here, too. More than embarrassing, it's something I'm so happy about. I still sometimes wonder if it's a dream. I'm not really all that much of a guy for you to think in that way. I'm not really all that much of a guy for you to think in that way. I'm assuming what you're trying to say, I'm not really that much of a guy for you to be that excited about being engaged to, because, agree, but, like, the wording on that was trash. You might say that, Toma, but you're such an important person in my life. Really say those sorts of things shamelessly. And yet we're embarrassed about being engaged to you. Says a lot. Is it bad? No, it isn't. But if you say that to me, I can't handle it. It's embarrassing. Oh, really? Hey, now, don't you start getting red now. Okay. So, what do you want to do? We're off work tomorrow, too. Since we have the opportunity, do you want to go together and look at apartments? Yes, I'd like to. An apartment, huh? I mean, an apartment, huh? Oh, but I'm assuming, I don't think the choices here matter, and actually, yeah, they don't matter, but I'm gonna try to do the best I can to pretend that I'm in love with Toma, and so if I were in love with Toma, the right answer would be, yes, I'd love to! Of course I'd like to go with you. Our own apartment. Happy. Toma, thank you for thinking about this. Of course I think about it. Your parents officially accepted me, after all. Then tomorrow, let's take a look at the realtors around the front of the train station. Okay. March 23rd. How is it? Find anything good? I think this apartment looks pretty good, but it's It's a bit too big for just the two of us. You're right. The rent's a bit high, too. Oh, but it's nice that it's near our university. Do you want to go inside and ask if there's any similar properties? You're right. Let's go. Oh, we meet again. What? Wait. Why? This is far away from that store. Oh my god, is it the lingerie lady? Wasn't it Toma's route that we went to the lingerie store? I hope it's the lingerie lady. I figured it was a guy when it said employee, that it was somebody coming out like a realtor person. Oh my god. Oh, I'm like off today, so I guess I'm scouting enemy territory, something like that. I've been going around the women's lingerie specialty stores around here. It fucking is. I love this so much. Oh god. You know, just throwing this lady in here makes it worth it. Really does. Because that was one of the best things ever. We made Toma flustered, and that, even though I hate him, that was a great part of that one. I see. Well, we're going to get going then. Could it be that, like, you two were looking for an apartment to live in? You're always together, aren't you? Well, yeah, that's... We're engaged after all, right? Yes. Oh, wow! Being engaged? I'm so totally jealous. Don't be. You don't know him, girl. Don't be a bad judge of character like Orion. But I guess that makes sense. Mr. Boyfriend, you were always accompanying Miss Girlfriend to pick out lingerie after all. What? Don't say that so loudly. Aw, it's too late for that. If you're engaged, that means you've gone all the way, and... Sorry, we're going now. I'm gonna guess we haven't. Hope you two end up happy! They say what happens twice will happen again, but I never expected to run into that employee. Yeah. And in that loud of a voice, my lifespan shortened. How many years off my life is she planning to take? Oh, all of them. As many as possible. She's my new best friend. Are you okay? Sorry, even though we were just about to enter that store... It's all good. And besides, I couldn't get in a word in edgewise either. However, to end up running into that store employee in a busy street like that, what are the odds of that? I called her there. There might be some sort of fate to it. Having lost like this multiple times makes me start feeling like I don't want to lose the next time. But I think it'd be hard to win against that store employee, you know? You're right. This feeling of defeat, or maybe it's just fatigue. I can't even throw this feeling at anything either. It's depressing. Why don't we go home for today? We can go see that realtor when we have the time again. Alright, let's forget about what just happened. Yeah, I'll make dinner for tonight. I'll leave it to you. And then we could stop by the supermarket on the way back. You're right, there's some things I'd like to buy. Let's stop by then. 1 hour later. Still, that was nostalgic. I never thought they'd be reselling the candy we used to buy a long time ago. 3 of us used to collect the prizes in that candy, didn't we? That's right. You once said you got 5 of the same ones. In a way, that was amazing, though. There was a time, too, when the one you pulled was rare, so Shin and I ended up wanting it. Yeah, I only had 1 of them, so I was in a jam at the time. There was nothing to do, so I ended up... You said I like this one, so I can't give it to you. I remember. That was all I could say at the time, after all. I was even more in a jam since you two started crying, though. It's so rude, though. He won the prize. Let him have it. Or Toma. I can't believe I'm siding with Toma. Like, child Toma. He wasn't a douche then. He was a good kid. Give him that. Like, with us 2 whiny babies over here. The reason Shin and I started crying was less about the prize, and more because we thought you didn't like us anymore. Didn't like you? Why? I wasn't angry at the time or anything, but... It was just always natural that you would give up anything for both of us. I mean, and that makes me feel bad for Toma. Like, we're such assholes that we're like, Toma has to give up everything for us! Whiny little fricks? Jesus. Poor Toma! I can't believe I'm saying that! Again, child Toma. You can't hate child Toma for the things adult Toma did, okay? Although maybe you should be blaming us, like me and Shin, for being so fucking needy and clingy and pathetic that Toma became a psychopath and was like, I need to put you in a cage because otherwise you'll just cry. Probably. No, he's just a psychopath. But as a child, he wasn't. Fine. That's why when you told us you wouldn't give it to us, we thought maybe you had started hating us. I would never hate you two, but see, so that's what you once thought. Oh, hey, Toma, look at those kids playing over there. Aren't they like us when we were small? Our attention span is like freaking so small. Hmm? Oh, you're right. I wonder if they're playing tag. Oh, he tripped. His parents don't seem to be nearby, and I'm worried, so I'll go check on him. Girl, stay away from strange children. I'll go with you. Let's head over. Sir, stay away from small children. Strange other people's kids. Like, don't. Yes. No. Are you alright? Can you stand up? It hurts. Looks like you've scraped yourself a little. Here, I'll give you my hand, so grab on. I mean, it's nice that you're helping a falling child, but also, like, you're walking by, unless you're, like, really right there. Like, let's go run over to the strange child. Please don't. That seems weird. Thank you, big brother. Oh, when I had tripped, too. Toma was the first to run over to me and help me back up, wasn't he? Then he patted my head, told me that it doesn't hurt, and stayed by my side until I stopped crying. You don't get to tell me if it hurts or not, Toma. Ever since a long time ago, Toma would always... Spacey, you're spacing out. Is something wrong? Why do people always just assume that that's not going to happen? Oh, it's nothing. More importantly, is your injury okay? Yeah, I'm okay. You make sure to wash and disinfect it, alright? Okay. Oh, everyone's calling me, so I'm going back. Thank you, big sister, big brother. He was crying up until just now, but he can really smile like that, huh? He can already smile like that, sorry. That sort of kid is much more strong-willed than we think, huh? It's true. Still, wash and disinfect, huh? That's a phrase I've heard somewhere before. Really? You don't remember? A certain someone said it would sting, so she didn't want it and didn't listen to me. Oh. Or so I thought, but then when you saw the bunny bandage, you laughed and said it was cute. Thanks to that, I ended up having to walk around with bunny bandages on me. Thank you very much for your dedication with that part. Oh, remembered it now? Whenever I see something like that, I can't leave them alone because I feel like I'm seeing you guys when you were younger. A big brother nature from your core, huh? Guess so. Maybe because it's spring break, but we're seeing a lot of kids. You're right. Oh, there's a swing in that house's garden. Kids are happy for those. Kids are happy for those! That's the weirdest way to say that. Oh, that single house? You seem like you'd like that sort of thing. Yeah, there's a garden, and I think that's a papillon. It's cute. I might want a house like that. I figured, but the hurdle's high for a single student to get a house with a garden. If I could, I'd like to fulfill your wish, but something like this really needs a lead up. Now, that isn't the case for this, but I talked to Waka and asked him to let me work a couple of days over spring break. Really? Yep, I figured it'd be better to save up any bit while I can. For right now, a single house is impossible, but in the future, I'll make sure I can fulfill your wish. Mama, thank you. It's a place we'll both be living in, so I'll help out too. I know. Is there any house that you'd like to have, Toma? I mean, you can't fault them for having this conversation. I like that he's like, it's not feasible right now, but someday we'll get there. And it's like, yeah, exactly. And this is kind of a cute conversation. I'm here for it, you know? If it's together with you, then I won't be picky about the form. If you're there at the place I come home to, that's enough for me. Satisfied with that. Ever since a long time ago, you've never really said you've wanted this or that in front of me. Well, I was in the role of granting your and Shin's wishes often. Even like this, I was your surrogate big brother. Why don't you graduate from that now? Huh? There's no need for you to hold back with me anymore, Toma. It's fine if you're more selfish from now on. This time, I'll be the one to grant your wishes. Although, there's a limit to what I can do. I'm glad you said that, because you're like, I'll grant your wishes limited! Depending! Just rein it in a little. But I'll try my best. If there's anything I might be able to do, don't hold back and tell me. Oh, really, grant it? It's something you can do than anything. Limitations! Yes. Oh, do you already have something? Girl, 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 girl! Oh! You should have said within reason. Toma? Good grief, you have no idea that if you say anything to a guy, they'll interpret that in a way that's best for them. No, I know. Toma, what's wrong? If there's something, tell me. Maybe she does know, and she's trying to be the queen of her own sexuality over here, but I doubt it. Because she's played off as kind of derpy, naive, and a little stupid. That goes with derpy, but sometimes you can be derpy and intelligent, but no. She's kind of downright stupid sometimes. Like, oh, I didn't, oh my god! You know what I mean? So, she's not the worst MC, but sometimes they write in things like this, and she's, oh, I'm so embarrassed about that, and it's like, you have to know after you've been dealing with these fuckers for this long that they're all gonna say such inappropriate shit, so come on. You've known Toma how long? He put you in a dog cage. You should know by now you have to watch what you say around this fucker. You know what I mean? Come on. I won't for now. We still have to continue our apartment search, right? And I feel like at least in Shin's route, she was like, yeah, no, I'm okay. Like, a little more in control, but in Toma's, it's like, oh, girl, watch what you say. Right. Seemed like he had something, but he evaded it. Yeah, because, like, it's going to be, like, chaining you up or something weird. It'd be good for me to push this. It wouldn't be good for me to push this too much, so it's probably best if I wait for him to tell me naturally. Oh, hey, Toma, what about that apartment over there? Looks too old, so no can do. We have to make sure security's good. You're worrying about me, aren't you? Well, of course. There's no guarantee any weirdos won't target you again. And I'm not even friends with Iki anymore because you won't let me be. Of course, even before security, it's my basic assumption I'll be protecting you. If I could always stay by your side, it'd be fine. But it can't always be that way. Thank God, I need some alone time, buddy. But because we're going back and forth between each other's houses, there were times we couldn't meet. But once we're living together, we'll have much more time spent together than before. Unlike now, it won't be just one of our houses. It'll be a house for the both of us. It really makes me happy. No matter the home, I'm sure I'll be overjoyed every day. Right. Having it be natural for you to greet me when I get back home might be dangerous. Is he blushing? He is. Huh? Dangerous? That's right. Ah, crap. Just imagining it feels like this. The destructive power of the real thing must be even greater. Oh, dear God. Oh, you're exaggerating. I've greeted with you when you've come back up until now. Nope. I gotta prepare myself for that too now while I have time. Yes. More importantly, apartment searching comes first. You're right. The location's good around here. If it was in this area, we'd also be familiar with it. We're used to living around here, after all. Yep. But because of that, the chance of running into someone we know and them teasing us is high. That might be a little embarrassing. They're gonna tease us because we're engaged and we live together? What is wrong with people? Oh, you're like happy and in love and living together. Ooh! Oh, I'm so embarrassed about that. Yeah. Why are you so jealous about it that you feel a need to tease me? What? Why in the world in Atome games are they always embarrassed about the stupidest shit? Oh my god, if we hold hands, people are gonna know and they're gonna know we're dating and that's so embarrassing. Why? I mean, I get it if you're like, I'm not into public displays of affection, that's different, but it's always the like, people are gonna know! If you're so embarrassed to be with the person you're with, maybe you shouldn't be with them. That's some fucked up shit. It's always the dumbest shit that we get embarrassed about. And everybody, it's like it. I don't know why that's a trope. It's kind of irritating. Really? I'd proudly boast about it, though. See, at least Toma's on the right page. Really hate that I'm agreeing with Toma right now. We're officially engaged, so I really do want to have everyone congratulate us. And also, even if you were just dating, it wouldn't be embarrassing. Yeah. Still, finding a property that meets our requirements during spring break is a little tricky. But many people move during March, so an apartment might open up. Alright, with graduation and such, so we should aim for that too. Till then, we'll both need to get ready to move. Right. Oh, but don't topple over while trying to get something from a tall spot, alright? I won't do that! I probably would. I wonder, you're pretty careless at times after all. I feel like all the time. Ugh. Times like those, I'll make sure to ask for your help. I feel reassured too if you did that. And now then, we better start getting dinner ready once we get back. Yeah. 2 hours later. I gotta be honest, I think I kind of almost preferred her in general when Orion had knocked our brain cells out and we were really stupid and clueless. Because it made sense then. You know what I mean? For being kind of like, you're really naive and dumb. And it's like, well, yeah, because the spirit knocked my memories out. I have no fucking concept of who I am. I'm a complete blank slate, literally. And like, that was understandable. But now when you get to, now I have a personality, and your personality is just, I'm embarrassed and awkward and naive and klutzy. And it's like, it's not cute. It's a little more irritating, you know? At times. Like, in general, I don't hate her. Like, there are some MCs I really hate, but she does fall into that, like, oh, I'm clumsy and naive and I'm a little, and it's like, oh, dear fucking God. Like, it's that trope I don't like, which is a lot of Tomei heroines. I liked her better when she literally was a blank slate because she couldn't remember anything. Because it made sense then. You know, and you were like, I can't be mad at her for having the personality of a wet paper bag because Orion knocked all of our personality and brains out, and Orion was our personality. You know what I mean? We were like, I don't know what's happening. And like, if you lost your memories, you would also be like, eh? I don't know, you know? But like, when she's like a soggy paper bag, after getting all of her memories back, it's kind of like, good God. Maybe we were better off with Orion, you know? It's just the perspective of it. I don't know. She's a little... It's not as bad as other ones, but it's still like, yeah, oh, girl, I'm getting tired of this. Like, I don't know. She's not terrible, but there's other MCs when you play the games, you're like, yeah, I'm here for this. And this time I'm like, I'm not here for this. You're just kind of... Toma's actually being better. Which is saying something. Like, it's saying something. But it could also be just because I'm not a huge fan of Toma, so like, I'm not gonna go into it like, woohoo, we're gonna have a great time! It's like, oh, it's Toma. But I'm not having a horrible time with Toma. I'll give you that. He does say those creepy things like, well, I don't know, you're gonna say hi to me when I come home, and I don't know if I can contain myself. Sir, what the shit? We're like, oh, you were sleeping and I almost molested you. Gross. Dude, seriously, what the hell? That's also the men are wolves trope. Like, oh man, oh, I can't look at a woman without like, oh, okay, I'm gonna need you to stop. That's gross, just in general. But, you know. So you've said some things that are questionable, but I don't hate you. I don't love you, but I'm not in the, God, this is painful. It's like, it's not that bad. It's not the most fun I've ever had. I feel it's a little bland. And that could just be me. Like, I don't know if it's Toma, if it's her, if it's just... Because Toma's not my favorite, then I'm just like, this is... Yeah, okay, yeah, we're just... Whatever. We're here. I'm not miserable, but I'm not having a great time either. I'm just like, we're reading. Fine. It's just... fine. So far. But that's a step up for Toma, to be honest. Because I don't hate myself right now. And I'm not like, I don't want to be here, like we did in... later. So that's a huge bump up for Tolo, to be honest. So your skills at cooking have gotten better, don't you think? Huh? Really? Yeah, today's Hamburg steak was delicious. I'm happy to have you say that, Toma. Actually, I've been practicing a little at home. Practicing? Not like you're so bad at cooking that it should bother you that much. Lately, I've somewhat caught up with you, Toma, but I still have a long way to go. Besides, I should at least have one dish I can call a specialty of mine, don't you think? Yeah. Then, Hamburg steak? Right. There's many variations, too, depending on how you arrange it. There's also not many who dislike it. It's also popular with kids. You'll make a good mom. Okay, don't start getting me pregnant yet, Toma, Jesus. Huh? That's not true. I feel like that's not true would be wrong. Like, that's not true! For me, that's not true. Don't say that. Stop saying that. That's horrible. That's the worst thing you could say. That's insulting. How could you? I'm gonna cry. But I think for her, she would thank him. I don't know what's in the guide. I'm not bothering to look at it, to be honest. because they don't matter. So I'm like, we'll just do what we want. I'm just going to try to go along with we love Toma, and we probably want to have Toma's kids, even though, oh God. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I'm pretending I'm her. I'm pretending that I'm into Toma, so I'm doing the best I can. I'm happy to hear you say that, Toma. Oh, but if I'm the mother, then Toma, do you be the father, huh? Oh, you would be the father, huh? Even from before, I could immediately imagine you as a father. You're so sweet to both boys and girls. Imagine you're like, oh, hopefully we only have girl children, because if we have sons, you'd beat them. Like, what the shit? Actually, you're nicer to boys because you put the girls in cages. Me. Hopefully not your children, though. But you're strict when scolding them, and you teach them as well. Yeah, you'd be a really cool father. A gross conversation. Because the idea of having kids with Toma is like, no. I don't like kids in my Atome games, okay? I don't like it when the games go like, there's a romance, and then we get married, and next it's babies! No, stop there. I'm here for the romance and whatever. Maybe even putting me in a cage. Sure, fine, whatever. Not when it's Toma, but anybody else. But like the kid talk always turns me off, and it's like gross. Because I don't like kids, and I don't want that forced on me in a game, let alone in real life. You know what I mean? So I don't even like the conversations. Like someday maybe it's like, please don't. Please do not put that in my game. You know? Oh, and of course you'd be a kind husband who treats his wife preciously and protects his family no matter what. I don't mind the husband and wife talk, because like, yeah, fine. Goes with the romance. Kids don't go with romance for me. Keep it out of here. Oh, sorry. I just got excited all on my own. Why are you just so adorable? Huh? Alright, that's enough. I know I brought up the subject, but I can't handle it anymore. Anyway, you should head to bed first. You have work tomorrow, right? Yeah, I have the day shift tomorrow. Toma, you've been busy with assignments lately, haven't you? Depending on the class subject, the assignment load differs, but I have a GE teacher who gives out a ton of work. I've got no choice but to find time in between things and slowly clear it out. Come on, you go ahead and get into bed. It's gonna be weird if I'm trying to sleep and he's over here on his computer, like, right there doing work. Like, because it's like a one-room thing. It's one of those, like, when you're living together with someone, you can't do a studio type of part. We need a one-bedroom. Because so I can go to bed and you could still be doing your work in the living room instead of, like, I'm trying to sleep and then I'm like, I can hear you clickety-clacking over there, and then the light's on because you might need a light on if you're going to look at notes or a book or something. You know what I mean? I can't sleep like that. Unless I'm really tired, then I will just pass out anywhere. But it's rare. All right. But when you're like, I'm going to get in bed and it's all cozy and then the TV's on, you're like, I'm trying to watch the TV even though I can't see without my glasses, so. Good night, Spacey. Good night, Toma. Clickety click. Crack, click, click, the typing of the keyboard. Flipping pages. Can you sleep with that? March 24th. I think that's what it said. Whatever. Whatever. It's the next day. Morning already? I wonder what Toma ended up doing what? I wonder what Toma ended up doing afterwards. Jesus. My brain blue screened. Oh, sleep. I wonder if he stayed up late even after I went to bed last night to work on assignments. It's already gotten warmer recently, but at this rate he'll catch a cold. Oh, right, a blanket. This should do it. Are we gonna get a CG? When we sleep together, I don't get to look at him so closely like this usually, but when he's sleeping, he's got traces of his past self. Someone stare at me so intensely is embarrassing. You were awake? Since when? About for when you put the blanket over me. Then you just stared at my face for so long. I think we'd have noticed his eyes were open. Well, unless he sleeps with his eyes open like a weirdo. Is it that fun to look at my face? Aren't you sick of it? Of course I'm not. Well, I guess it's rare for you to be awake first. You make it sound like I'm always oversleeping. I have times when I wake up early in order to make breakfast, too. I feel like it's bread more often than not. That's only occasionally. It's not really hard to make bread. You open the back and take a piece out. Unless you mean toast. I doubt she's actually baking fucking bread. It's like, I made breakfast. You didn't even put it in the toaster, bitch. You just took it out of the bag. Okay. Unless you're like, you bought a loaf of bread and you actually just slice it yourself. Then you did a step. But like making bread the way you get it in America is not making bread when I just open the package and take a piece of bread out. That's not making bread. Like, that is the worst. You could at least put it in a toaster. Then you made toast. At least you did something. It's like you didn't make yogurt, you just opened the lid and ate the yogurt. Like, oh, that's so funny. Anyway, that's only occasionally. I don't remember if I read that. And there's times I make bento. Alright. You don't have to get so upset. I just wanted to say that I see your sleeping face more often. That's not fair. I'd like to see more of your sleeping face, too. You don't have to pout about it. You'll be able to see it whether I like it or not soon. Huh? Come on now, don't just stand there. You'll be late for work. Oh no, I have to hurry. I'll make breakfast. You go ahead and get ready first. Okay, thank you. 2 hours later. Aw, how nice everything seems to be smooth sailing for you guys. Seriously, I'm jealous. Enough to make me want to cause some waves. Please don't. Are you going to try to take Toma from me? Because I'm okay with that. Please do. I know. I just wanted to try saying it. When you say things like that, it doesn't sound like a joke. But I'm glad. It seems like if your apartment search goes well, you'll be all set. But that hasn't been going well. I know I shouldn't set my bar too high, but we only looked once. For like 5 minutes. Even then, you shouldn't compromise. It's the place you're going to be living in together after all. She's right. You gotta choose carefully. Yeah. What are you talking about, doing carefully? Iki. I was just talking to Spacey about how she shouldn't compromise on the apartment she and Toma will live in. I see. So you're finally going to live together. Well, you are engaged, so I suppose it's natural. If possible, we'd like to decide on an apartment during spring break. But it's been harder for us to find a good apartment. Rent's pretty cheap if it's in the suburbs, but then I'm sure your commute expense to your university will go up. Yes, and Toma was saying that we should find a place with proper security. It sounds like he's taking good care of you. But then, won't the rent end up being expensive? Yeah, we decided we both help pay the rent, but we also have our living costs. It's kind of like, basically, it should be under what the two of you spend combined. Because then you're saving money. Like, I spend X, you spend Y. Like, if I spend 500 and you spend 500, then we could technically afford 1,000 in rent. But if we got something that was 700 or 800, we're saving money that way because we're splitting it. You know what I mean? And your rent's going down. You're not going to be like, well, together we spend 1,000, so let's find one that's 4,000. Sounds like a good idea. Then fuck that. It's not going to happen, you know? But you don't need to be like, well, we need to find a thing that both of us and all of our stuff, but it's only 500. Like, no, you've got more money to spend, but, you know. But it does depend on where you're going. Iggy, you've got a lot of connections. Would you possibly have any good leads? Oh, you're right. It feels like you'd know about that sort of thing. Is it possible you have one or two of your own apartments? Letting aside what kind of suspicions you two have of me. Let's see. I think rather than myself, Ken would be more knowledgeable about it. Oh yeah, I do think if it's Ken, then he'd be able to find an apartment that meets our conditions. I'll be meeting up with him after work today, so I'll ask him. I hope you guys can find a good apartment. Yeah, thank you. I'm home! Lucy, I'm home. Welcome home. Good job at work today. Dinner's all done. How do you know I did a good job at work today? Maybe I, ruined everything. Thank you. Wow. So today's Japanese style. Yep, white rice, miso soup, and grilled fish. Spanish mackerel happened to be cheap when I went to the supermarket. I don't cook with fish often when I'm alone. Well, I can see why. I more often than not eat more meat as well. Cleaning up after fish is troublesome, but occasionally I have an urge to eat some. Like cooking fish would be a pain in the ass, unless it's like frozen already. You know what I mean? I get that, especially when it comes to Pacific. Sorry, whatever. Feels expensive, but I occasionally bought it. When we start living together, I'll have to make sure I don't make an unbalanced meal. I occasionally neglected that when I was living alone. So you were neglecting it? Well, I'm hardly one to speak, though. I didn't have much motivation to make things when it was just me eating. Well, once we're living together, you'll be eating it every day. Having you try so hard for my sake is, well, nice. Of course, because it's for the sake of someone I love. Visitors? Gonna be at this time. I'll go take a look, Ken. Alright. Huh? Iki and Kent? Told you. What's the matter? Why are you two here at this time? It's just, Spacey had asked me about something this afternoon. She said she'd be going to your house today, so I figured maybe we could drop by, but... I see. I thought it'd save trouble if we came while you two were together. So would it be alright to come in? Ikiu, that's what one would call being tactless. It should suffice if we spoke of it here. But Ken, aren't you the one who said having a hearing would make it easier to narrow down the relevant properties? I never said it had to be today. Come another day during daytime. You have some business with Spacey, right? Then, for now, please come inside. Like I fucking guess. See? And that's what he's saying. Let's go inside, Ken. He just forces his way in. Very well. Hey, Spacey, Kent and Iki have stopped by. I want to see their new outfits. Wait, have we seen them? Yeah, we did in a Shin's after thing. Great, because I remember. Okay. I just like that they gave him new outfits. I do miss all the buckles, snaps, ties, all that shit, but like I feel like this is easier to get in and out of. It's easier for me to get you out of, but it's also easier for you to put it on. Also, I'm really digging the fact that like Iki's got like the lapel chains, and like apparently Kent has one too. Like, hey there, Spacey. Oh, what are you two in the middle of dinner? No, we haven't started yet. It's gonna get cold while we wait. I see. When I told Ken about the property search you mentioned this afternoon, he said he wanted to have a hearing about the interior. A hearing? I'm correct. I can more effectively narrow down properties after hearing what you two are looking for. That's why you came all the way over here? No, I merely wanted to hand this over to you for now. The hearing that you're trying to move within spring break. This is apartment floor plans? For now, I picked up properties that should meet your rent, security, and location needs and printed them out. Is Kent a goddamn computer? I mean, like, we did accounting with Tolma in the working thing, and Kent's over here like, pashing, here you go! You're like, are you Google? Kent, are you Google? What the shit? Although these are merely within my own conjecture. This many. Thank you so much. These many. Wow. So then, what about it? Do you have any requests interior-wise? Oh, requests? It's not the interior, but I think it'd be nice if the veranda were on the bigger side. It's true that it'd be easier to hang laundry out if it's bigger. Not just that, but we have to save on living expenses, right? With planters, you can grow vegetables on your veranda right now. I think I'd want a space where I could put those in. I see. And by the way, how large is the veranda here? It might be best to inspect it for now as a target for comparison. Over here. Wait a second! Oh, now that I remember, out on the veranda is the dog crate. Are you getting a dog? That cage is, well... Why is there an empty cage out on the veranda? And does this apartment allow pets to be raised? It can, of course not. You're an adult, so you have to infer this sort of thing. You see, it's used in that kind of play. I love the fact that Kent's like, you have a dog crate. Are you allowed to have dogs? And then Iggy's like, no, it's a sex thing. If you saw a dog crate, wouldn't you be like, are you getting a dog? Or did you like, oh, I pet sat once for someone and they just haven't picked it back up. You just lie. You know what I mean? What play? Oh, wait, play? You've got it all wrong. This is, you know? Huh? Oh, right. This cage is, well, yeah, and if we're stuttering over what it is, then they're gonna be like, okay, it's definitely some weird kinky shit. We're thinking of keeping a dog in the future. We won it from a contest! I don't know. We were thinking of getting a dog. I'm actually gonna look, hold on. Alright, in the guide, Otome Kitten said we won it from a contest, so I wonder if that's the funnier one, so I'm gonna go with that. Also, a lot of laughing faces. You entered a contest, even though you didn't have a pet that needs a cage like this. Oh, no, we just entered the contest on a whim and ended up winning. Right, Toma? Well, that's right. Really, it was just happenstance. That's what they're saying, Ikkyu. Should we at least outwardly take them for their word? I guess it was a pretty painful excuse. How is funnier? Oh, we're thinking of getting a dog. Oh. And then you bought a crate for it? Yeah, we kind of wanted to see, figured to put the crate, and if the crate fits, then we know the dog, you know, instead of getting the dog and then the crate later, and realizing it doesn't fit. Seems stupid, but also better, you know, maybe you could be like, that's our logic, and they'd be like, uh-huh, weird, but sure. But this, we won it in a contest on accident, and they're like, yeah, okay, sure. I'll pretend I believe that. Good times. We're all just staring. Yeah, well, for now, we'll just say we never saw anything. This is the only good thing to come out of that whole crate experience is this, Jesus. And you're right. It wouldn't be good to push too far into private matters. No, Toma just kept me locked in it for my own good. For a while. What? That's not weird. I said you got it all wrong! 15 minutes later. Oh look, we got our first CG! He looks good in it. I'm sorry, that was the only excuse I could think of at the moment. No, I'm the one at fault in the first place. Still, those knowing looks that they gave us while leaving. That was unbearable. I never gave thought to the idea that they might find it. Ikki and Kent aren't the type of people to spread weird rumors, I think. Probably. Mama, what's wrong? You know, you wouldn't have to worry about it if you hadn't put me in a cage to begin with, buttface. No, it's nothing. Although now it's kind of funny in this context. Was it that much of a shock to have the cage scene? Well, yeah, because then everyone's going to know that Toma's a fucking freak. No, it's not that. This is regret for putting me in the cage, maybe? Hey, Toma? Are you remembering a bit again? Huh? It's been half a year since the events of August. Surrounding problems have resolved, and I'm really happy together with Toma. But it can't be as if none of it happened. It'll always leave a mark. It's hard for me to watch you suffer without being able to erase your guilt, living in fear of yourself without being able to help. But it's even harder to see you force yourself to hide it, and to try to put on a face like you're okay for me. I'm no longer scared to remember what happened then, because you're by my side. You went through some really painful things during that August too, didn't you? We were watching the fan club members' movements, gathering evidence, all while doing assignments and daily tasks like usual. I kind of like that we're being supportive, but at the same time, it's like you're being supportive of like, it's okay that you put me in a cage. I totally understand you were stressed. That's not really a good excuse. More than that, you were always watching over me, and every time hurting over what you were doing. Fearful. I don't want you to have such painful feelings anymore either, Toma. I mean, I get what we're saying. Like, I get you feel guilty for locking me in a cage, and I'll forgive you for it. Sure, okay. For her, not for me. I'm never gonna forgive you. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I get that. But it is weird because it's like, you know, I know it was hard for you. Like, I mean, I guess it's nice that they're kind of humanizing the psychopath in a way of being like, you put me in a cage and I understand that maybe you realize that that was stupid and you regret it. And he's like, yeah. Like, okay, all right. I'll give that to you. You're still a psychopath, but like, instead of being like, no, this is the right thing to do, that maybe you're like, maybe that was the wrong choice. Bravo, progress, okay. That's why you should take care of yourself as well. You're always thinking of me, and I really love you for that. But that's why, just like you care for me over everything else, I'm the same way. I understand, and I'm sorry. I'll apologize ahead of time. Huh? I can't promise you that. I'll do my best to be careful, but if anything dangerous were to happen to you again, are you going to put me back in the cage? Because then I take back everything I just said. I'll end up seeing myself as secondary. I don't want to lie, so apologize now. Well, those are my frank feelings. To me, you getting hurt is 100 times, no, an unbearable amount of pain. In fact, I lose my mind. You already know that I have that side, right? Yes, I know, but I won't back down on this. If you end up hurting yourself for my sake, this time I'll protect you instead. You really are too soft on me. If you act like that, I'll just get carried away. Then I need you to simmer your fucking shit down. But that's fine. Get carried away. I might not be too reliable yet, but I'll accept you. I mean, this is a really sweet moment. I'll give it that. Just easily break the little bit of reason I was holding on to. Really no match for you. Sorry, but you always try to hold back, so I know it's for my sake, but I want you to lean on me more. I want you to be selfish. Putting me in the cage was a little selfish. Sure, he was thinking he was doing it for my own good, but like, was it? Was it really? It was a weird kink that you wanted to try out. Earlier, you said this, right? That it's fine for me to want something, that you'd fulfill my wish. That was a couple days ago, so that's off the table. Yes, if it's anything I can fulfill, or want to. No, even if it's difficult for me, I want to do my best so that I can fulfill your wish. And I'll say it. My biggest wish, the thing I want so much I can't handle it, is you. A future Spacey. Okay, that's adorable. Not the like, you just want to have sex with you right now. Like, simmer down, buddy. But like a future with you. Oh, you know what, Toma? Point for you there. A future with me. That's right. Where's that single house you were longing for, right? Together with you in a house like that. I'll live together with a child someday. Okay, now you ruined it. Not as childhood friends or lovers. Not really become a family. That's why let me have you. Toma. Come on, you need to say no right away if it's no good. I'll eventually get so carried away I won't let you say it any longer. Okay. Why would it ever be a no go? Why would it ever be no good? Huh? My future was already yours to begin with, after all. I mean, you locked me in a cage, so even if I say no, I'm pretty sure you're just gonna lock me in a cage and keep me forever anyway, so like, at least I'm here willingly now, I guess. It's so easy to grant that wish. No, I've already been prepared to fulfill it. I said so, didn't I? But I'll keep loving you, Toma, from when I was born until I die. Spacey, I'm your childhood friend, fiance, and in the near future, your wife. That's going to be the end of this, probably. We'll become a real family. But regardless of the sequence, I was already yours from long ago. If it's to reassure you, I'll say it so many times as you need. If words aren't enough, then I'll touch you. I love when you touch me, hold me, when you kiss me, and beyond that. That makes it sound like we've done things. Some things are embarrassing, but there's nothing I've ever not liked. Liked the yours. So me right now and my future is all yours, Toma. That's why take all of me. Toma? He's frozen up, but I didn't say anything weird, did I? No, it was actually beautiful. Oh, and he just reaches out and holds our hand. You can look. Oh, okay. Stop it. Seriously, how you say such cute things so easily? Because you're like that, I'm sure that from now on I'll just keep falling in love with you again.
care of you now and from here on, plays. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually an adorable moment and a cute CG, so like I don't hate it. March 25th, but we're gonna stop here. I know we've got like 5 minutes, but I don't have like a super long time I can record right at the moment, so we will probably finish this in the next part, I would assume. And maybe it'll be a little longer, we'll see, but anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up. I think my birds in the thing. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.